What is up, everybody? I'm Mr. Bobby, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. And now it's time for Robert's second date. I had lots of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dad Book says he hasn't even read them. I haven't even seen him once come out of his house, actually. I decided to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point I know he's not messaging back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. I read through the pantry and pull out one of the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. Oh, grandmothers. Started mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into the saucepan, make the filling. I throw some cherries into the saucepan to make a filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's like 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? More cherries would make it more... Yeah, salt, probably not. Almond extract, maybe? Oh, it's almond extract, duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and sometimes some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. I'm just gonna be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. 50 minutes! Cake takes 20? Cookies take like 11. I have a seat at... No, cake maybe takes longer. I don't know. I take a seat in the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops! What smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside.
Hi.
Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? I've been leading a double life. Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and bank robber. The lifestyle is calling me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciated the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thanks for all the pie. I don't know how to pronounce that place. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked the pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you... Just eat the pie, Panda. I cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just... burned the heck out of my roof of my mouth. The pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right, the pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I run to the sink, put it out. Pride will not be... How did I... Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad Book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh. Hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Hey. Wyatt. Hey. Hey, Wyatt. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. Ugh. What is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it. I'm ready to turn it off when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look at my window, and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. I open my door and try to figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping.
Oh.
That's no fun. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Okay, I'm changing his voice because I can't keep doing his stupid one. You plan on going out like that? You plan on going out like that? You plan on going out like that? Oh, well, that's a super easy voice. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right, one sec. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and a jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to remove a few empty cigarette packets and a gas station receipts out of the way before I can say Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac. What is it, because he has a shitty truck? You like Tom Waits? Hoist that rag, baby. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. Who is Tom Waits? I don't know this man. Nope. Don't fucking know who that is. Before I can answer, yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch the streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there than I just can't place. I'm just going to say nothing. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk, and I decided to keep my mouth shut. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous.
Oh.
Just hang on. We're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert goes out of the car, and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles from trees near us as lights blink off in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's all so gorgeous. I went to Pittsburgh once because my girlfriend's one friend lives like kind of in the city, and the way I went, I had to go on this there was the city, and then there was because Pennsylvania has hills. If you don't actually know, Pennsylvania has lots of hills, and there was this just town up there or whatever, or just houses or whatever, and I was driving and I had to go down it, and then I could see the city. So I'm just driving down the side of this giant mountain or hill or whatever you want to call it. I would say it's about as high as those hills over there, compared to the city. And I was just driving down, and it was just dark, and it was just so nice looking. I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite things I've ever seen in real life. Anyways, this is where I come to masturbate. What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife. Oh. Please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh, I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. He's carving it so he can stab me with it. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Ha! Nothing gets past you, huh? Is it because I'm fat so it won't kill me, or is it because I have no good organs? Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm going to warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? I honestly can't tell when you're kidding. On so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. I actually have. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Wyatt, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even tried to speak its volumes about your... That you're dismissing it before you've even tried it speaks volume about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood is going to splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They are very nice hands. You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs. Ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Robert is lost in his carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket and, Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And he pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy. I guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids, ton of them out here, you know. Cryptids, like Mothman and stuff, like... What? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. Isn't a cryptid like a... It's like a fucking ghoul-esque thing. I played it, I was in The Witcher. Yeah. Wait, are cryptids just monsters? Oh, that's right, because in The Witcher, it's a type of monster. That's right, cryptids were a whatever. I'm stupid. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire time in the city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad. You ever heard of the Dover ghost? I don't think so. Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pit bull, real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea in my head that I can hike deeper into the woods, probably against my better judgment. But hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, the squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life. Right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around that clearing. Nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something is watching us. Betsy, though. She's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it in the distance. A man. But if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it, it just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yell from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. Wow, Robert.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
Really?
I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away. I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go.
Really?
Robert and I slowly back away and get to the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away. Back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that?
Huh?
The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on the wildlife preserve. Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
Really?
We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city. Thanks for coming out. That was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I've had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette.
Hey.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in the sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think. Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choices that I'm unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Maybe we deserve to be eaten by the ghost. Maybe that's why it's here. The Dover ghost feeds off of your sadness, my sadness. It haunts us in the night. Honestly, it makes sense. I was trying to kid around. To just be devoured for my sins. Yeah, that sounds pretty great, actually. It was a joke. I'm turning the car around. We're going back. No thanks! Robert slams on the brake and puts the car in reverse. Robert, wait. He stops the car again. You know what? I thought about it. It's not my time yet. I haven't finished watching the Criterion collection. They just keep adding stuff to it. But, thanks, Wyatt. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. He's fucking insane! Robert drops me off at my place. I'm about to close the passenger door. I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting. You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda, you know what? It's fine. I finally decided to go to bed. She's a senior in high school. Why do you... Maybe... I don't fucking know. My parents let me curse. I just did, actually. They didn't care. I don't fucking know. Proud parent. Baby boomer. Crime. Whiskey. Blood. Silence.
I may be bad, but you made me glad.
Okay. Knife Dad. 2 out of 3.
Welcome. You
All right.
got dads.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and or subscribe. But down it is up to you. You are an independent person after all. Damien's next. And I will see you all latest.